Hello guys, and welcome to CSES problem set number 4, increasing array. In this problem, we're given an array of n numbers and we're asked to modify the array so that it is increasing. Every element is at least as large as the previous element. On each turn, you may increase the value of any element by 1. What is the minimum number of turns required? For the input, we're given the number of integers, n, which is the size of the array, and then we're given the numbers that are supposed to be stored in the array. It asks us to print the minimum number of turns, and then it gives us our constraints on the values that we need to store. Alright, so when I first saw this problem, it didn't really come to mind how to solve it, but after looking at it for about 3-5 minutes, you can kind of look at the way numbers are naturally sorted and solve this problem in that way. And we can go ahead and take a look at how to get that done. So our numbers that we have are 3, 2, sorry for the bat, 5, 1, and 7. Okay. So we know that 2 has to be in front of 3 to be sorted. So what we can do is we have our previous number here, and we have the number that we're currently looking at. And we say, well, is this number greater than this number? The answer is true. So we know that this number has to be in front, right? So what we do now is we take 3, subtract it from 2. So now step is going to equal to 1. Right? So now we're here. So if we naturally sorted this, now 2 would be in the front and 3 would be in the back, right? So now we're here and we're looking at this number. So now this becomes our previous and this is the current. So we say, well, is 2 greater than 5? No, that's not the case. The thing is that 5 is already in the position where it's supposed to be at, so we don't need to go ahead and actually move it in the front. So we leave 5 there. So 5 stays in there and s is still equal to 1. Now we're here at 1 and our previous is 5. So 1 needs to go all the way to the front, right? And it needs to be all the way here in the first place. So to move 1 to the front, we need to move it at least 4 steps. It has to be in the 4th place, which is all the way in the front. So what we do is we take 5 minus 4, 5 minus 1, and that gives us the value 4, and 1 ends up all the way in the front, right? Now we look at this number and our last number, and 1 is actually less than 7, so 7 doesn't need to be changed, so 7 stays in that spot, and eventually we end up with s is going to equal to 5, which is the number of steps. Alright, so with this explained, we can go ahead and actually code up a solution for it. So let's go ahead and do just that. So I'm going ahead and create a C++ project, and we're going to be using that. So we need to go ahead and include some preprocessors. Let's say iStream. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and create a type def. Let's make this unsigned, long, call it UL. And we're going to solve everything in main, as usual. So the first thing that we want to do is create some values. So we're going to create our previous value. And then we're going to take in the number of steps that we want to calculate. We're going to set this to 0 for now. And then we need to take in our next values. So I'm going to call this one in, and then we need to take in the size of the array. Okay. So once we have that, what we need to do is just take in the number, and we can take in the first value, which is our previous value. And we can then go through a while loop, say that while minus and is greater than 0. Because we already accessed the first value, I don't want to go over the elements that we need to take. Even though it's kind of useless, if you just put minus minus n, it's still going to grab the next value as a pre, and when it checks against that, it's still not going to fail, but it's still a little bit inefficient, so just do it that way. Alright, so what we need to do is take in our next value, let's say cin, in, and we're going to check and say if our previous value is greater than our current value, then steps is going to equal our previous value minus our current value. Else, our previous value is going to equal our current value. And this is pretty much it. And then we can go ahead and just print out the number of steps. So the steps right, and what we can do is debug this. So I think so for impulse 5, yes. All right, so let's go ahead and debug this. So we have 5, and then we had 2, 3, 5, 1, and 7. So 1 and 7, and this gives us 4. Did I mess that up? 3, 2, 5, 1, 7. So here we have, if the previous is greater than, we're gonna have, made a mistake here, so it's gonna be plus equal to, right? That makes more sense. So let's go back and recheck this. So let's do 5 again, then 3, 2, 5, 1, and 7, and we get our value 5. So let's go ahead and do a few things before we submit this. Make sure that we add in the stuff I normally add at the top. Alright guys, this will be it. Let's save this, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to my desktop so I can easily find it. Open this up and copy. Let me copy and paste on the desktop. Alright, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and submit this. So it's the increasing array, and let's submit, and we're good to go. Alright guys, this will be it for this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.